Hi guys, let's chat. I asked you guys questions on my Instagram story and we're gonna answer them now. First up, what is the #1 thing on your summer bucket list? I want to cook outside as much as possible because even if I don't have time to go camping or something, we are so lucky to live in the mountains. Well, I'm so lucky, I guess, and Cooper with me, so we are so lucky to live here, and I just want to take as much advantage of it as possible. I do have like a couple international trips planned, but overall, I just want to spend as much time as I can outdoors. That probably wasn't the most riveting answer that you were looking for, but oh well. What's your favorite mud season activity? Actually, both mud seasons that I've lived in Aspen, I've left. This mud season, I went to Thailand for a month with Cooper and it was amazing. And if you guys haven't watched the vlogs, you should because they are so fun. Also, if you want my itinerary, I linked it in the description of all my Thailand vlogs. Oh, another Thailand question. What drone did you use in Thailand? I'll just link it here. My drone will be below for you, but it's the DJI Mini 4 Pro. I gotta give a lot of credit to Cooper because he is the one that filmed pretty much all of the shots for us. I can't take any credit. I think I filmed I filmed one that I included in like some edits, but I was nervous and I had no drone flying experience and Cooper had some, so he picked it up pretty quick. Did skiing down Mount Everest ever cross your mind? Absolutely not. I don't think climbing Mount Everest is ever something that I want to do, to be honest. I also feel like at this point Mount Everest is a little controversial, like what it takes to climb that and the people involved. I don't know. I love living my life in the mountains and I love the mountains I have here. I love visiting other mountains. Like we went hiking in Peru and I'm doing another hiking trip, guys, in Nepal. Speaking of Everest, we actually won't see Everest, but we're gonna be hiking through sick mountain ranges. The Annapurna range. We're going to Annapurna Base Camp and that's enough mountains for me, to be honest. That and like summiting 14ers. Beyond that, I'm good, I think, as of now. I guess they said skiing down it. Is that possible? I don't know. But if you want to come hiking with me in Nepal, I actually will link that trip below too. It's gonna be so fun. The trip to Peru was amazing. I still talk to everyone that came on it because we all bonded so much hiking and you like trek for a few days. And well, in Nepal, we're gonna trek for 6 days and stay in tea houses along the way. It's gonna be a lot of bonding time. And in my experience with the one other group trip I've hosted, the type of person that comes on this trip is so adventurous, so fun, and like, or not, maybe they wanna be more adventurous. But it was so easy to just like connect with everyone. Everyone was amazing. So, highly recommend coming. How did I get into YouTube? I actually started a YouTube account in college. And I tried to edit videos, but I was putting out like one every other week and it would take me days to edit them. Given I wasn't doing TikTok at the time, I was also like in school full time. I did Instagram at the time, but I didn't like know how to edit video really well or efficient at all. So I just had a hard time with it. So I gave it up after a little bit because I just couldn't be putting out the videos that I wanted to be putting out. Fast forward a couple years. It's my full-time job, not YouTube, but like social media. And I had been doing Instagram and TikTok for like a year full-time, and I was like, I really want to start YouTube. So I actually put on my Instagram story that I was looking for an editor, and I found the best editor ever. Shout out Kimmy, my girl. I know you're watching this because you're editing this. Interviewed some people, had some people make some test videos, and she slayed everything, exceeded all expectations, and she's just super awesome, and I love her. So we worked together to put out these YouTube videos, which I wanted to start it again, but realistically with my schedule, it was not something that I could add to my plate if I wanted to be putting them out once a week. I found someone that fit my vibe, and it's great. I love it. And I get to make such fun videos for you guys. Let's see. Have you tried snowboarding? Yeah, I love it. Well, love is a strong word. I like it. I feel like I did it maybe 5 times this past ski season. I'm just better at skiing, so it's more fun for me to go skiing. But I like snowboarding. I tried to pick that up when I was 10, and it didn't click for me. And then in college, I had like free time because I would move my class schedule so that I could go skiing before school. And I did that so that I could actually practice for the college race team because I was ski racing in college. And then COVID happened and ski racing didn't happen. And so then I had this free time to go skiing and no one to really ski with. So I took up snowboarding and just taught myself, and it was great. Gave me something to do, and it's fun to learn multiple things. Do you think you'll always live in a mountain town? Did you hear that? Jeez, I hope my camera doesn't get struck by lightning. Okay. Do you think you'll always live in a mountain town? Yes. Unless I live in a beach town. But I don't think that I would just do beach town. I think if I had a beach house one day, it would be like a vacation house. I don't think I can ever leave the mountains. It's just too much where I want to be. It's just, I just love it too much. I would love, my absolute dream would be the beach and the mountains, or actually a lake in the mountains. If I had a house on a lake in the mountains, that, I've made it in life. That is my dream. It's gonna happen. We need to manifest that. Are you planning any local meetups this summer? Should I? I was gonna plan a hike in Aspen. I just feel like Aspen's hard because unless I plan it super far in advance, then it's hard to get to, you know? Unless people are like planning to come for the weekend, if I give them enough warning, and I don't plan that far in advance. Cooper and I planned our trip to Thailand on the plane ride there, so. I'm flying to another country tomorrow, and I haven't packed yet, and the sun is about to set. I'm not a planner. I also found out about this trip like 2 weeks ago, so I got off topic there. Do you want me to plan a community meetup? I think it could be fun. I was thinking something where I did like a hike to an area where we could do yoga. I've done hikes to opera in the past. Let me know what you guys want. If you want to comment or DM me, whatever you want to do. I am so open to your ideas. I love it if you gave me your ideas and just let me know if you wanted to do something like that. What GoPro settings do you use that's the easiest to upload to Insta without it being horizontal? This is not necessary, but since I will use my GoPro videos for both like Instagram Reel, TikTok, YouTube vlogs, or like a story, I use my settings. I make the crop like 1:1, or sometimes it's 8:7 depending on what camera and lens you have on it. But then it's basically a square and you can crop it either way, and it's perfect, amazing. I also always try to shoot as wide as possible. I usually use like an ultra wide lens on it, but if I don't have that, you can still do like a wider setting in your settings. Also, I take mine off of easy mode and I adjust all the settings manually. I don't have my GoPro with me now, but some of the things I remember is doing sharpness low, because you can always turn that up later. ISO minimum is 100, maximum I think is 1800 I have it set as. And these are just like my basic settings. I think color I want to say natural, but play around with that. I think I've set it to vibrant before too. I would also recommend like people who know a lot more about camera settings than me have made great YouTube videos, and then we'll go through all the settings. But the biggest thing for this question is that I film in square. You can also film in 9:16, which is like the crop for TikTok or Instagram stories or Reels. You guys, I'm scared. Another YouTube question. Okay, advice for starting a YouTube channel, process tips, things to know. Overall, this is with anything. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. If you want to get into it, do it. Don't wait until you think it's the perfect time. The time is now. The earlier you start, the better. Because you gotta figure out what works for you, what style of video you like making, people like watching, whatever it is. I think YouTube has been such a learning curve for me because it's such a different platform than everything else that I'm on. But just play around with it, experiment. Also, be yourself. Be your authentic self, because that's why people want to follow you. I saw a pretty big increase in my engagement on TikTok, but social media overall when I started talking in my videos and letting my personality show, because before that I had wanted to do social media for a living, and I made a little like money on the side, but when I started talking it really took off for me because people love watching like you as a character, but not character because, I don't know, they don't know you, so I guess you're a character. They don't know you in real life. But just be your authentic self, because that's what people want to watch. Like, people are drawn to it, and personality is what makes you you, and that's what is going to make people want to watch you. The last big thing, in my opinion, is to be consistent. Whether that's posting once a month, once a week, once a day, whatever it is, be consistent in whatever you choose. So maybe if you're just starting out and you can only do once a month, or when I was first starting out I did every other week. Now I do every week. I also try to post on the same day because I've heard that that helps, because then people know when to expect your videos. So I think that helps. I can't really help you with the editing part because you already know that I got my girl Cami with me. So what would you do for a career if you didn't do social media? I still think I would be in some sort of marketing or advertising role, because when I was a junior in college, I had already set out to do a grad school program, but around that time, my junior year, I realized that I didn't think I actually really wanted to be an accountant anymore. And I was trying to do something else, but I was a little in too deep at that point because I wanted to study abroad, and if I wanted to do that, then I wasn't going to graduate on time. So I was like, you know what, you're committed, you're going to get your master's, you're going to go into accounting, ride it out, and then go from there. Because it was still an amazing like experience and a skill set that I got to learn and build. But when I was working in accounting, I had kind of told myself that I wanted to work for 1 year and then start looking for different jobs in marketing or advertising and see where I could take that. I actually didn't get to the 1 year mark, as many of you know. I got laid off, but it all worked out because here we are now. I'm so shocked this rain has like stayed away. Also, if you're asking why I'm in the middle of the woods, that's because I thought that it would be a lot more fun if I filmed this out here versus in my apartment. Do you have a second job in Aspen? Yes, I do. I work at the Aspen airport. I load bags onto planes, I clean the planes, I empty the toilets, and a bunch of different other things. It's pretty fun. It's a lot of work, so I'm debating how long I'm going to end up doing that. Fun fact about that job, if you're 45, you can work for 10 years and retire at the age of 55 with flight benefits for life. But since I'm 25, I have to work for 20 years in order to retire with flight benefits. So I'm just not sure that I'm going to do that. It's fun and the perks are amazing, and Cooper's on my benefits too, and so are my parents and my other best friend, Ava, and it's great. I love it so far. What are your thoughts on a cookie delivery business in Aspen? I would order from you almost every night. I'm about to go meet my friend after this, and I told her to bring me a cookie. So, I pray cookies. Okay guys, if you're in Aspen, check them out, because I'm definitely going to now. How did you start out making your content? I used to be in love with photography. I still am, but that is truly what started it. When I was younger, I used to steal my mom's phone and like take pictures of things in the garden, little flowers, just anything I could find. I just thought it was so fun. And then as soon as I could get my own job and start working, I saved up for a really nice camera, and I would invite my friends to hang out and do photo shoots, and I loved it. I love photographing people, landscapes, whatever it was. I started a little photography business shooting senior photos in my hometown, and that was super fun and helped me learn a lot about photography and also just business in general, and at such a young age. It was like really a great thing. But I was posting all of this stuff too, like on Instagram at the time. That's all I had. And then when I went to college, you know, Boulder's a pretty picturesque place. So I just started posting more about what I was doing. And at that time, I feel like people started to do it as a job. And I noticed that, and I was like, wow, that is sick. And I wanted to do that someday. So I started just like taking every opportunity I could to make content by myself with other people, whatever it was, and post as much as I could. And that's really how I just started doing it from a young age, because I love it so much. Okay, this next question a lot of you asked, and I almost made an entire video about it, but I thought it would be more fun to include it in a Q&A because you guys always want to know, which I'm so flattered by. It's how I edit my pictures. It's honestly really easy. I just use Visco, to be honest, and there's 2 filters that I start with. So we're gonna do one together right now. Maybe 2, actually. Maybe like a summer pic and a winter pic. So we're starting out with this cute photo of the mountains, and then these are the 2 filters I use. So AU5 and AU1. AU1's a little yellower, I guess. And AU5's a little more blue. For this one, I'm gonna go with AU5, and I don't do it all the way, like maybe halfway or around there. Next, I don't know, it's a little dark. Maybe we'll brighten it a little bit. I'm also, I love the vibrant colors. I'm a vibrant girly when it comes to clothes, my pictures, all of it. So we obviously have to turn up the saturation a little bit. So we'll do that. And I feel like this one looks a little bit flat, and it looked more contrast in the beginning, so I'm just gonna add a little contrast. I do feel like that filter sometimes takes away contrast, so I'm just gonna add it back in. Sometimes those 2 filters kind of skew the colors a bit, and I don't love it. So I like to play a little bit with these. I love how bright these trees are, so I'm just gonna like make them a little brighter. I feel like with AU5, I'll add yellow in the temperature, and then AU1, I'll add blue in the temperature, or make it more cool toned. And that's basically it. So here's the before and after. Yeah. We're gonna do this one, this little ski pic. How fun, love her. I feel like this one, the AU5, is just a little much. I don't know. So we're gonna do AU1. Bring it down a little bit to there, so the colors are still popping. I think this photo's kind of dark, but a lot of the times when I'm editing winter photos, the white just looks like the white snow just looks really overexposed and can like wash you out. You can raise highlights to like help with the overexposure, but I kind of just think lowering the exposure altogether makes the colors pop better, just everything. But this one, I want to raise it a little bit and then maybe add a little contrast. And I feel like it doesn't really need saturation, but because I'm crazy, I'm gonna add it. And then I also, you know, play with the white balance like always. There's a little before and after. I also sometimes go into the HSL and play with the blues. I don't know. I'm a Visco girly. I tried to do Lightroom for a while, and I had these presets that I built out to be like perfect fit on all my photos with only minor adjusting, and I loved them, and I was about ready to sell them, and then they disappeared. So I quit Lightroom. I really just like the vibrant colors, you know? What do you use to find campsites for adventures? Word of mouth, I will say, is a big one. I don't know if there's campsites on here, but more people need to know about this. Or don't. Just keep it hush hush. Whatever. iOverlander is an app that shows you free camping. We've used it when we've slept in our car or in a van or something, and it is a lifesaver. Like, people will just go and tag, like, I slept on this side of the road, you know, because if you're like driving late at night or something and you just need somewhere to stop, like if you're on a road trip and you need a place, that has saved us before. But I've also used it for some amazing campsites. Oh, the campsite one I've used is the Dirt. I think it's DYRT, but there's tons of campsites on there, and they will say like you can filter for free campsites or paid campsites or whatever it is. We've found some incredible campsites off that app. Pros and cons of living in Aspen. Funny you say that, because I actually just moved out of Aspen. I mean, we moved to Basalt, so basically, you know, we're all neighbors here. Pros, there's so much to do. The access to the outdoors is insane. The access to a freaking ski resort is insane. I think a pro is the community that is here. I found a lot of girls my age, but Cooper will say that the community in Aspen is a con, and he thinks further down valley, where like Basalt and Carbondale, where there's more of a younger crowd, that's where the good stuff is. I will say, like, Aspen tends to be, you know, older people live there because you have to have a bit more money if you want to like buy a house there or something. So it tends to have an older crowd, I guess, but I've been lucky to find just amazing girlfriends there. Cons, the cost, housing, trying to find housing without a crazy landlord. It's hard. It's very hard, but it's all worth it. And I also just feel like there's little things about living in a mountain town, like, I don't know, maybe you are blessed with Amazon 2-day delivery or overnight delivery, but Amazon takes about a week in Aspen, a week or more, week and a half to get there, which, you know, I'll take it. If that's what it takes to live here, so it's worth it to me. Do you see yourself living in Aspen long term? Well, again, we're living in Basalt now, so maybe, I don't know, we're honestly using Basalt as a way to decide if we want to keep moving further away or go back. I also talked about this way more in my moving vlog, so if you want to watch that, I go into more depth about why we moved, but I don't know. It might be Aspen. Cooper's family's here, which I love, but who knows if that's forever. I don't know. We'll just see where the wind takes us. We're both pretty go with the flow people, so right now Aspen feels right and is amazing for us, but if that changes someday, then maybe we gotta go somewhere else. What editing apps do you use for pictures and videos? Okay, so we already talked about Visco. That's pretty much all I do. And then video, I edit everything on CapCut. And I have the app on my phone for my TikToks, and it's so quick and easy, and I love it. Favorite daytime hiking pack? Honestly, anything with those bladders, I love them. Like, for a daytime. I would not use one on a backpacking trip because if it pops, like, you're screwed. For a day trip, amazing. I love it. Having your water right there, the best. I will link those below too, some of my favorites. Okay, last question. Kind of going off the editing photos as well, but what camera and editing software do I use? We already talked about editing. So what cameras do I use? A few different ones. I feel like social media makes it look like so effortless. Like, oh, I got these like super cute pics on the mountain or this cool video on the mountain. Like, guys, I have like 5 cameras in my pockets at all times, even when I'm skiing. But, you know, if that's what I need to do for my job, that's what I need to do. And I love my job, so I want to do everything to make it the best, you know? But I use a GoPro Hero 13 to film all of my like POVs while I'm skiing, underwater shots when we were in Thailand. If we're like driving cars or UTVs, I'll have it like usually on a stick or something. But like Adventure Cam, my GoPro, you can use code GRACE10 for a discount. And I also have a link for that down below. Then we use the drone now for drone shot, and that's been so cool to start integrating into the vlogs. For vlogging, I use a Sony ZV-E10. The lenses are interchangeable, so sometimes I use the one it came with, and then sometimes, like right now, I'm using a wide angle lens. I tend to use the wide angle more just because then I don't have to like hold it super far away, but it's kind of wobbly. I don't know if you've ever noticed that in my videos. The wide angle one is not as stable. I love Sony for vlogging because the autofocus is amazing. I started vlogging on my Canon G7X and it was great, and it's such a perfect camera to start vlogging with. Like, if you're looking to get into it, I highly recommend that camera. But the autofocus is terrible. Like, if you know, step a little bit away, you'll be blurry. However, I still bring that camera with me everywhere, even skiing, because, well, skiing, I still vlog with that one because the Sony one is a bit bigger. So I'll like kind of do a mix of both in my vlogs in the winter. But the pictures on the Canon G7X are amazing. The flash photos, incredible. So I bring that with me skiing and traveling. It's super tiny, and that's usually when people ask me what camera I'm using on Instagram, it's that one. And then yeah, I also always have my phone on me because I film all my like TikTok and stuff videos on this. I also have all of these linked in my Amazon storefront, so if you're ever wondering, they're all there, but they're all for different reasons, so I hope that clears some things up. I'm getting freezing cold now, and I'm still a little worried that this rain's gonna come, so I'm gonna end it here, but I'm so happy we got to chat, and I hope that all the girlies have a super fun time editing their pictures now that you know my secrets. It's not much of a secret, it's pretty easy, but I love you guys. I wouldn't be here without you, so I'm really grateful for you. If you made it this far in the video, comment a little microphone emoji because we're doing a Q&A, so I know who the real ones are. And if you want to see more videos, you should make sure to subscribe. Love you, and like this video. Do all the things. Okay, love you guys so much. I'll see you next week. Bye.